Most people think fixing their hips means hard workouts, weights, and doctor visits. But the weird part is, the stuff that actually works doesn't need any of that. These are movements your body already knows because it will reset your body back to its natural form. People have been using it for thousands of years, and by the end of this video, you'll know the easiest way to fix your hips at home. But first, let's look at why your hips stopped working properly in the first place. If your hips are so messed up that even walking feels off, we can't just jump into exercises right away. First, you gotta understand what's actually going on, otherwise you're just moving with no real purpose. And honestly, for most people, the biggest problem is how they sit all day. You know, that typical 9 to 5 gamer posture. Think about it. Every time you sit, your hips are stuck in that bent position. Hours go by and your hip flexors just stay there, getting tighter and tighter without you even noticing. And you're probably thinking, okay, but why does this even matter? Well, here's the part most people don't think of. Sitting directly on your glutes all day cuts off your blood supply, and your brain slowly loses signal to them. Over time, your body will start to forget how to properly use them, and the connection gets weaker. The muscles don't fire like they should, and it's not like they're lazy. In reality, they've just been inactive too long, and your body forgot they existed. Doctors actually have a name for this. It's called dead butt syndrome. I'm not joking, but don't worry, we're gonna fix this today. I'm going to show you 5 simple exercises to get your hip working properly again. Let's start with number 1, the Glute Bridge. There's a coach named Dan Go who works with CEOs and founders who barely have time to train. He calls this exercise mandatory. And it makes sense when you think about it. Your glutes are supposed to be one of the strongest muscles in your body, but after years of sitting, they basically go to sleep. And glute bridges wakes them back up. Here's how you do it. Just lie on your back, bend your knees, feet flat on the ground. Now squeeze your glutes and lift your hips up until your body forms a straight line. Hold it there for a second, then come back down slowly. Do about 10 reps and don't skip that squeeze at the top. That's the part that actually wakes up the muscle. It sounds simple, but after doing this, you're going to start feeling a deep ache in your hip. And that's because there's a muscle hiding underneath your glutes that's been quietly causing problems this whole time, even if you didn't know it. That muscle is called the piriformis. It sits deep inside your glutes, connecting your thigh to your spine, and right underneath it is a nerve. Now, when that muscle tightens, which happens every time you sit too long, it starts pressing on the nerve. That's the pain shooting down your leg you might feel. But here's the thing. Right after we're done with all the exercises, I'll show you something simple you can do daily so this pain doesn't keep coming back. For now, here's how you fix it. And you can even do this while sitting in your office chair. Just cross one ankle over your other knee, let that top knee drop open, then lean forward a bit until you feel it in your glutes. Hold it for about 30 seconds, then switch sides. Do this 3 rounds on each side twice a day. That's it. And if somebody asks what you're doing, just say you're trying to do something more productive. Then the work our boss assigned, which to be fair is probably not wrong. Now that handles the back of the hip. But while you've been sitting there stretching that backside, the front of your hips has been quietly tightening up even more. You know that dull lower back ache that never fully goes away? The one you kind of just learn to live with? Before we fix it as well, I want to tell you what's causing that. Dr. Kelly Starrett, one of the most respected movement coaches in the world, calls this his favorite hip opener. And honestly, coming from him, that actually means something. But here's the part I like. You don't even have to get up for this. Just sit up a bit, move to the edge of your chair, put one foot flat on the ground, slide the other leg back under you so your knee points down, stay tall, push your hips slightly forward. You'll feel that stretch right away in the front of your hip. Hold it for 15 to 30 seconds, then switch sides. And make sure to pause here and give it a shot. Otherwise, those hip flexors are just going to stay tight. So that takes care of the front. And we already hit the back with the last few, which brings us perfectly to the next one. The supine leg extension. The instruction for this one is simple. First, you lie down. You go to sleep. Click the subscribe button. No, I was kidding. You lie flat on your back, leg straight. Grab behind one thigh and pull it in a bit, then slowly straighten that leg up towards the ceiling. You'll feel the stretch right away down the back of your leg. Hold it, bring it back down slowly, and do a few reps on each side. You're not really doing much here, just letting gravity do its thing. And this alone isn't going to fix all of your problems. In a bit, I'll show you 3 ways that are going to actually help you avoid hip problems in the future. For now, let's move on to the last exercise. This is one that doctors usually recommend, and there's a good reason for that. This one is called the clamshell. There's a reason I saved it for last. Everything before this was just stretching, loosening things up, opening them up a bit. That's good, it helps. But here's what most people miss. Stretching alone doesn't fix all of your problems. You loosen things up, go about your day, and a few hours later, it's tight again. To break the loop of this cycle you're in, you need strength. Flexibility opens the joint, but strength is what holds it there. So this is exactly what that does. Here's how you do it. Lay on your side, bend your knees a bit, keep your feet together. Now just lift up your top knee slowly, kind of like it's opening up. Then bring it back down, nice and controlled. Don't rush this one. If you go fast, you won't really feel it where you're supposed to. Slow it down, and that's when it actually starts working. Do about 15 on each side. Give it a try, and if this actually helps your pain, well, come back and drop a comment. If you would like a list of all of these exercises, check the link in the description and in the pinned comment. I've made a printout with this exact routine. But before you do that, here's the part that most people never think about. Why do we even need all of this in the first place? Like, what actually went wrong? So our ancestors weren't grinding workouts all day, and in fact they rested a lot, pretty close to what we do now, minus Netflix. So why didn't they have the same hip and back issues that we have today? Well, it's not about how much they rest or if they didn't have Netflix, it's about how they went about their daily life. See, they'd sit in deep squats, kneel, and stay close to the ground. So even when they were resting, their hips and legs were still a little active the whole time, but their body never switched off. There's even a name for this. It's called the Inactivity Mismatch. Basically, your body wasn't made for sitting in chairs all day. We just lost it somewhere along the way. Probably between sliced bread, really bad chairs, and GTA 5. I was going to say GTA 6, but we're never getting that. But the good thing is, you can still fix this, and it doesn't take anything crazy. And here's the thing. You can take that idea and use it right now. You don't need to go live in the wild. Let me tell you 3 small habit changes to keep your hips from locking up again. Like the next time you're watching TV, try sitting on the floor instead of the couch. Since there's no back support, you'll keep shifting around without even noticing, crossing your legs, kneeling, or stretching them out. It's not a workout or anything, but your hips stay active the whole time. And if you're someone who sits a lot, set a timer for every hour. And when it goes up, stand up, squeeze your glutes for about 5 seconds, then sit back down. That's it. It's super simple, but it helps wake those muscles back up before they go completely lazy on you. And don't overthink the exercises. You don't need to do everything perfectly right away. Just pick a couple, take your time with them, and focus on doing them properly. Even 20 minutes a day is honestly good enough to get going. And remember, your hips don't get tight overnight, so they're not going to loosen up overnight either. But you can start anytime, right where you are, on your chair, your bed, the floor, it doesn't matter. Just move a little bit more and the way your body naturally wants to. Shout out to this comment, and if you want to keep living a healthier life, click this video on the screen. YouTube thinks you'll need it. See you in the next one.